What's up, prospectors and miners and people who just got stuck by the YouTube algorithm? Welcome to Backyard Prospecting. Today we're going to do a little bit of little something different. No pay dirt review, but did get some questions about my sluice setup. So I wanted to kind of go over that today and give you guys a little bit of kind of a review, overview, if you will. Not really a review because, I mean, this is some home-built stuff, some do-it-yourself miner gear. So, I mean, I'm just going to show you basically what I did here, how I put it together, and it's not really a tutorial on how to put one together, but if you're crafty, I'm sure you can figure it out and put something like this together in your own garage or in backyard. When I first started out with this, I would just throw up a piece of wood over the sink in the bathroom and then put the tub on that and, you know, fill it up and run my my dirt through it. That was about 8-10 years ago. So, like I say, it's been going really well, working really well for me for a long time, and really simple setup, but you know, so it's not a lot of effort to go into it and get it going. So I'm gonna bring you over, kind of show you the breakdown, kind of what I did to put it together. It's really rough, and I want to rebuild it. But, you know, like I say, it's been working so well for so long, I really can't find a reason to really need to. So, anyways, bring you on over to the tub, and you can check it out. All right, so now you got a little better view of what we got going on over here. And what we have is a real simple, basic 3-inch by 12-inch pocket sluice, little backpack sluice. You'll find them on eBay for like 20 bucks. Super basic. I got mine with nothing in it, but they usually ship like this anyways. I probably should have just had them do it to begin with. But I put a little bit of V-matting, the low V-matting, not the really high stuff, and that lines the sluice itself. It's going to catch pretty much everything, you know. We're running the water kind of slow through it, so it's not blowing anything out. We're doing pay dirt, you know. We're doing 1 and 2 pound bags of dirt, teaspoons at a time, so it's not really going to get overwhelmed. It's not like I'm throwing a shovel of dirt in there, so the water just cleans it out all nice. As long as the rocks that I put in there aren't too big, I don't have much issue with it. And then that's why I classify the material down, even more than just to show you guys, you know, what the different levels of dirt that we get are. I've always done that just to kind of separate everything out, so I'm not hammering the little stuff with the big rocks and getting it all, you know, knocked out before I get a chance to recover it. With this, I give myself a little space to drop the dirt. You know, as you see in the videos, I drop the sand in right here, or the dirt in right here, and it runs it down the sluice. So, at the end of the sluice box, I have this little piece of Rubbermaid. It used to be part of a Rubbermaid tub that I cut off of it, and I just got it wrapped around. And the reason I have that is if I let the water just flow off the end, it winds up going too far outside of the tub. And you'll see inside the tub, there's a little catch bin in there, and I use that to catch my material. I use that to catch the material so that I can pull it all out and then run it again, or get rid of it altogether. But with this little piece on the end, it limits how far that water is going to go, and it forces the material to drop with the water right into this catch basin. So that way it makes it easier for me to clean it up later. Now, I have a little C-clamp that holds that on. Old rusted C-clamp. Underneath that, I have what's supposed to be a hose holder. You know, if I turn it upside down, you'll probably see it a little better. But it's supposed to be a hose holder. But I got that because it just seems to be the perfect size to hold this stick onto the C-clamp. And then I totally even forgot I had them on there, but there's a couple of zip ties that hold it all together. Move this out of the way so I can show you what's underneath. So like I was saying, we got the catch basin here. and that's going to catch, any material that I drop in there. I mean, obviously it doesn't do a perfect job because there's still a bunch of light sands and stuff that fell back behind it. But it keeps the majority of it in here, and it directs the flow of where everything is going to go, so it keeps a lot of these sands out of the intake over here where this pump's at. My little dropper tool, rather. Picked this up at the local Daiso along with those little bins that I showed you guys the last video. This little thing's cool, man, because it pulls up a fairly decent small amount of water, and you can use that to clean up your gold a lot easier. You'll see me using it to run water into the pan and then the pan into the sluice box, so I can do that gently without blasting the gold out of the box. So this thing comes in really handy for that. It was like $1 over at Daiso. Now, in the tub, oh shit, I dropped my thing in there. In the tub, like I was saying, we got our catch basin. Let's pull that out. Okay. Next thing we got over here is we got the pump. This is a little, it's like a aqua clear something or other. Here, let's look at this side of it where the info is. It's a little pond pump. Pumps 295 US gallons per hour. Little 20-watt pond pump, aquarium pump. I've had that same pump on there for, my God, like 10 years. Like I say, it's the same setup I've been using ever since I started doing pay dirt, processing pay dirt, long before I started doing the reviews. It's been working perfectly. Really reluctant to even try replacing it because anything I replace this with is going to have to probably be a little bit bigger. I have a 6-inch sluice up there that I've been thinking about converting into a cleanup sluice for in here. But man, a 6-inch sluice, 24-inch sluice, it's going to be 2 feet. It's going to take up half the table here. Most of the time I'm doing 1, 2, maybe 3 gallons of pay dirt at a time, so it just seems like overkill. Like, this little sluice is great because it's small. I can do everything a teaspoon at a time. It doesn't seem absurd to use it. I mean, some people might think it's absurd. I don't know. But it works great for me, so I'm just going to keep on using it. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks because it works great. So what you'll see next is how I have all this attached. For you younger people, you may not remember, but once upon a time we used to get these things called hangers that were made out of metal. And we got a lot of it. But what happened is people used to steal shit, and they would use hangers to bust into cars. So it's hard to find full metal hangers anymore. Now you see those plastic shitty ones they have at the stores. But anyways, I took one that I had and I bent it into shape. I just kind of wound it around this little box here, and then I twisted it and then shaped it this way so that I can slide it in this little hole of this tub so that it holds it over here firmly to the sidewall. Now this little tub, what you'll see, I'm gonna have to bring the camera in here because I can't really just take it to fall apart. In the tub, it's a little lock container that I got, and the reason I use that is because it has these up at the top, and I thought those might be handy to hold it in. They didn't really make any difference, but, well, I guess maybe they don't. Not at all, because I never pull it that far down. It's just there. Anyways, put that up a little bit. Inside, you'll see from the pump, I have a little strainer on the intake because I just don't want big rocks to get in the impeller. Shit, goddamn. I don't want big rocks to get in the impeller and screw it up. So I got that little strainer on there to protect it. Then a little, I think this is 1/2-inch hose that comes up to here. Into, basically I just drilled a hole. It's a little hose fitting with a threaded end into a PVC. Might be, I think it's a PVC to compact PVC, a CPVC, and then a little T from there that dumps into this little box. The box I cut out, I took the sluice, I held it up there, and I drew out with a Sharpie. And then I took my Dremel and just cut the inside of where the Sharpie was so that it was the exact fit for this guy. And so it slides in there nice and snug. And I do lose a little bit of water out the bottom, but for the most part, because that's a nice tight squeeze, and out this way is an easy path for the water. Most of it's going to come through the sluice and down the run. So yeah, I lose a little bit of water, but that's why it's inside of the tub, so that everything stays contained within it. And yeah, so I know the catch bin's not in there right now, but let's plug this baby in. You can see how that all goes. And so there you go. Super simple, super easy to build. Like I say, the bin probably, I think I got this at the dollar store or Target for like $5. We'll say it was like $5. You probably get one at the dollar store for $1. Dollar General or Dollar Tree or whatever. Big Lots. This guy cost me $20. This was probably like $4. All the pipe fitting was probably like $5. The pump itself, 300 gallon per hour pump. Actually, I picked one of those up off of Amazon for this one. That's a 300 galloner or 260. So it's about the same. You'll put about the same amount of water through, and that only cost me about $15. C-clamps for, it's a metal C-clamp, so we'll say $5 for that. Stick of wood. I don't know how much a stick of wood going to cost you. Find one. Shit. The clamp, figure it out. We're smart people here. But yeah, so I mean, you could probably build one of these for under $50 and have a nice self-contained little sluice processing. I call it a power panner, little mini wash plant. I call it all sorts of things, but at the end of the day, it's just where I get my gold. Now, like you see in my videos, this isn't the end-all be-all, because after I've processed, all my teaspoons of pay dirt, I still got to take the tray out and then put it in a pan. So we're still going to pan this at some point, but what this guy's going to let us do is just get rid of the majority of all this stuff quickly, go through all the stuff that doesn't matter, hold on to the stuff that does, and then get us to the point where we can bust out our little pan, dump our concentrate material in there, and clean it up. So that's what it's all about. And I found that it catches a lot. I don't lose much there. Sometimes I'll run it a second time and I'll find like a little itty bitty flake. But for the most part, it's really good about catching everything the first time through. And like I said, that's why I keep using it, because it's just really reliable for me. Your mileage may vary, I don't know what you're going to wind up building if you wind up building one. But hopefully it works out great for you. Let me adjust my camera here so you can see my face. Boop. All right, here we are again. So cool. So yeah, that was my wash plant, my power panner, my sluice box, my power sluice, whatever you want to call it. That was that. That's what I use here in the shed to process my pay dirt. You guys see me use it every time here. And it's the way I like to run my dirt. Other people may, you know, just go pure panning, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's totally fine. But I find that if I go through it with the pan, I go through it really quick. You know, with the pan, you're just like shake, shake. You can get through a pan in like 10 seconds. You know, it's really fast if you're good at it. This, for reviewing purposes, I feel like it lets me go through the dirt a little bit slower, and I can kind of have that joy of discovery as I'm going. Because every time when I drop a scoop in there, if there's gold in it, I'm going to see it right then and there, and it's going to be right there in my sluice. I get to look at it. The rest of the time, I'm panning, sluicing, running the dirt. So it's fun to do it this way. I enjoy doing it like this. Because I can kind of see, and the anticipation builds for me as I'm going through the dirt, because I'm seeing it add up, add up, add up. Where with the pan, you don't get to see any of it till kind of at the end, where it's like, okay, and then there we are. But whatever, it's enjoyable to me, and I think you guys enjoy watching it, so cool. So that's that. You know, I just wanted to show you guys and share this with you, my sluice box setup, my power panner. And I hope you enjoyed the tour. And we'll probably do a few more like this, you know, where we're just really quick equipment review or equipment tours, if you will, where I'll bring you in my shed here and show you some of the equipment that I use for various purposes. So this time we did the power panner sluice box. Next time maybe we'll go over the Miller table. Or go over the gold cube, kind of show you how I have that set up, or bust out the other sluice box I got down here and maybe get that up and running one of these days and put it to some use too. But anyways, just want to thank you all for joining me here, and I know this was a short one, so I'll let you all get back to whatever you're doing next and on to their next video. But thanks for joining me, and don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and the notification bells and all that other shit so that you get all my updates as soon as they come out. I got a couple more bags of dirt to be going through here, so we'll get that going. And then I got a surprise coming out soon for you guys. I'm waiting for some things to come around, but that's all I'm going to say for now. But I got something coming down the pipe for you guys, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. We'll see some limited somethings coming down. So more details on that a little bit down the road when we're a little bit closer to being ready for it. But for now, thanks for joining me. Have a good one, and stay warm out there. Peace. Before I let you go, just wanted to show you guys something pretty cool that I've been working on. Little mini backyard prospecting pans. They're not for really prospecting or panning or anything. They're more just for little knickknacks. But I got a few extras and I wanted to offer them up. So comment on the video and I'll pick a random person and I'll reach out to you, shoot me your information, and I'll send it out to you. Cool. Peace.